Welcome to Live Kindly. Plato stands as one of the most renowned philosophers in history. Representing the classical period of ancient Greek philosophy, he was born into a prestigious and influential family in Athens. There, he established the Academy, which is recognized as the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. Plato, along with his teacher Socrates and his student Aristotle, forms a trio of thinkers who have profoundly shaped human thought and civilization. It is often stated that Plato is a foundational pillar of Western civilization. His philosophical contributions, collectively known as Platonic Idealism, include the prominent theory of forms or doctrine of ideas. This theory posits that the physical world we perceive is not the true reality. Rather, the ultimate reality exists in the realm of ideas beyond our physical senses. In addition to his philosophical pursuits, Plato significantly impacted religion and spirituality, with his ideas influencing the development of Christian theology through Neoplatonism. He was also a pioneer in the use of written dialogue and the dialectic method in philosophy. Among his most famous works are The Republic, The Symposium, The Apology of Socrates, The Allegory of the Cave, and various dialogues featuring Socrates as the central character. These works reflect the profound influence Socrates had on Plato's thinking. Plato's writings have endured for over 2,400 years, remaining influential and widely read throughout this time. Similar to his mentor, Plato approached philosophy practically, offering numerous life lessons through his teachings. To aid in understanding his philosophy and applying it to everyday life, here are 9 life lessons drawn from Plato's profound insights. Number 1. Being angry solves nothing. According to Plato, there are 2 things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. Anger is a destructive emotion that we should strive to avoid. Instead of succumbing to anger, it is far more beneficial to use reason and calmly assess the situation. This approach not only prevents damage to our relationships, but also allows us to evaluate problems more objectively. When we apply reason to analyze a situation, we elevate ourselves to a higher level of understanding the realm of ideas and come closer to uncovering the truth of the matter. Plato's philosophy suggests that there are 2 kinds of problems in life: those we can solve and those we cannot. For the problems that are within our control, anger is futile. Instead, we should devise a plan, implement it, and move forward. If a problem cannot be resolved, the only sensible course of action is to accept it and adapt our lives accordingly. Consider the example of a small business owner who discovers that their accountant has embezzled a significant amount of money. In this scenario, the business owner must first determine if there is a way to resolve the issue. They might decide to report the theft to the authorities, seek legal action, and attempt to recover the funds. However, if there is insufficient evidence to prove the theft and the accountant denies the allegations, the business owner is left with limited options. The practical solution would be to terminate the accountant's employment, cease all communication with them, and take measures to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Therefore, when faced with a problem, it is crucial to exhaust all potential solutions before resorting to anger. If a solution cannot be found, acceptance is the key. By letting go of anger and embracing the situation as it is, we conserve our time and energy for more productive endeavors. This philosophy not only helps us maintain our composure, but also guides us toward more rational and effective problem solving. Number 2. Find your other half. In the words of Plato, each of us is a matching half of a human whole, and we are perpetually seeking the half that completes us. Plato articulated that, in the beginning, humans possessed 4 legs, 4 arms, and a single head with 2 faces, resembling a quasi-spherical shape and without distinct sexes. These beings were androgynous, and as they grew increasingly powerful, they provoked the ire of Zeus. In his anger, Zeus decided to weaken them by splitting them in half. Since that fateful division, people have felt incomplete and have been on an eternal quest to find their other half, the one that makes them whole again. This concept is foundational in Plato's discussion of soulmates. Plato was the pioneer in exploring the notion of a soulmate. In his work, the Symposium, Aristophanes, often regarded as the father of comedy, elaborated on this idea. Aristophanes explained why lovers often say they feel complete when they find their partner. The love between soulmates is not merely a physical attraction. It is a profound connection that goes beyond the desire to physically reunite into a singular whole. Aristophanes also provided an insightful perspective on homosexuality, describing it as a situation where the two halves that make a whole happen to be of the same gender. This view was quite progressive for ancient Greek society, where homosexuality was generally accepted and seen in a positive light. Aristophanes further asserted that when individuals find their true other half, they feel an overwhelming desire never to be separated from them again. This teaching encourages us to persistently search for our soulmate, someone with whom we experience a deep sense of completion and unity, someone from whom we never wish to be apart, and towards whom we feel no inclination to be unfaithful. To identify such a person, we can use a checklist of qualities that signify a soulmate connection. Firstly, a soulmate is your best friend. You experience a profound sense of calm and ease when you are with them, almost as if you are truly at home. The empathy and respect you feel for each other are immense. You find that you agree on the most significant aspects of life, sharing similar values and life goals. When you are with them, you can be entirely yourself without any pretensions. The desire to be around each other is mutual and constant. Number 3, learn to be a follower, then a master. Plato advises us with wisdom when he says, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." As the founder and head of the esteemed academy, Plato understood that excellence in teaching begins with excellence in learning. This principle extends to any profession. To attain a managerial position, one must first gain substantial experience in the field they intend to oversee. Leadership roles are typically achieved through persistent effort and commitment. Individuals must first demonstrate their expertise and abilities before being entrusted with the responsibility of supervising others. In today's world, it is true that there are instances where managerial roles are assigned without the necessary qualifications or experience. However, in a fairer and less corrupt society, leadership positions are more likely to be awarded based on merit, hard work, and dedication. Consider, for instance, a general worker in an industrial company. This worker can earn a leadership role by consistently proving their reliability, autonomy, and adherence to their duties. By being both polite and firm in their work, and by holding themselves and their colleagues accountable, they showcase the qualities of a dependable follower. When opportunities for promotion arise, such as when a manager leaves or shifts roles, the worker who has demonstrated these attributes may be selected for advancement. The essence of Plato's teaching is that to become a master, one must first excel as a follower. This idea underscores the importance of gaining experience and proving oneself in subordinate roles before taking on leadership positions. For example, a worker who consistently shows up on time, completes tasks efficiently, and helps colleagues improve is laying the groundwork for future leadership. By mastering the role of a follower, they are acquiring the skills and qualities needed to lead effectively. Plato's philosophy also suggests that true leadership is rooted in service. A leader who has been a diligent follower understands the importance of supporting their team and helping each member achieve their best. This perspective fosters a collaborative and supportive work environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to contribute. Number 4. Be in charge of your own happiness. As we learn from Plato, the person who makes their happiness depend on themselves rather than on others has chosen the best approach to living a joyful life. Plato was not a hedonist. He did not believe that the pursuit of pleasure was the most important goal in life. Instead, he was deeply interested in understanding the true nature of reality, and he placed a strong emphasis on wisdom, moderation, and hard work. However, he recognized the importance of happiness, which he believed could be achieved through a balanced life where one's contentment is self-sustained rather than reliant on external factors. Plato warned against making happiness contingent on others or on material success. For instance, if you tell yourself, "I'll be happy when I marry this person," or "I'll be happy when I become rich and famous," you set yourself up for a life filled with anxiety. You will constantly worry about losing the person you love or not achieving the wealth and recognition you desire. In contrast, if you build your happiness on daily routines and activities that bring you joy, you can avoid the extreme emotional highs and lows and lead a more peaceful and consistently happy life. To apply this philosophy to your own life, start by making a list of activities that make you happy. This could include simple pleasures like walking in the park with your dog, hiking in nature, listening to music while cleaning the house, visiting museums, or reading great books. Once you have this list, make it a point to engage in these activities regularly, ensuring that each week includes time for what brings you joy. By structuring your happiness around activities and routines that you control, you create a stable foundation for your emotional well-being. This approach helps you maintain a steady level of contentment regardless of the fluctuations in your personal relationships or career. It provides a safety net that shields you from experiencing too many low moments in life. For example, consider someone who finds joy in reading. By dedicating a specific time each day to reading, they ensure that no matter what challenges they face at work or in their personal life, they have a guaranteed source of happiness. Similarly, someone who enjoys physical activity can make it a routine to exercise regularly, reaping the benefits of both physical health and mental well-being. Plato's wisdom encourages us to find fulfillment within ourselves. It reminds us that while external achievements and relationships can enhance our lives, our primary source of happiness should come from within. By focusing on self-reliant happiness, we not only enhance our own well-being but also become more resilient in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Number 5. Be content with little. Plato teaches us that the greatest wealth is to live content with little. According to his philosophy, if you have a roof over your head, food to eat, and the ability to walk to work, you are wealthy enough. Any excess beyond these basic needs does not necessarily contribute to greater happiness. Too often we find ourselves chasing material possessions, mistakenly believing that these things will bring us lasting joy. Plato, despite his own wealth, understood that true happiness does not come from riches. It is often only when one becomes wealthy that the realization dawns. Money does not bring enduring happiness. Finding contentment with little is the key to a genuinely happy life. To achieve this state of contentment, it is crucial to cultivate gratitude. We should appreciate and bless everything we have in our lives, regardless of how insignificant it may seem. For instance, if you live in a modest studio apartment in a less affluent neighborhood, be thankful for the shelter it provides. Appreciate the bed you sleep in and the window through which you can see the morning sun. Find joy in living in a neighborhood where all your basic needs are within reach, such as the supermarket, the pharmacy, and other essential services. It's also important not to harbor resentment towards those who appear to have more wealth, living in luxurious homes and driving expensive cars. Their apparent wealth does not guarantee happiness. They might be burdened with enormous debts, face financial pressures, or suffer from personal issues like family conflicts or substance abuse. You, with your modest but happy family, living in a small house and commuting by subway, might actually experience more genuine happiness than those who seem wealthier. Gratitude for every little thing is the cornerstone of this philosophy. If you have shelter, enough food, and the ability to work and walk, you possess the essentials for a happy life. These basics are enough to secure your happiness, illustrating that you have sufficient wealth in your life. By focusing on the simple pleasures and being grateful for what we have, we can achieve a deep sense of contentment. This approach allows us to lead a fulfilling life, free from the constant pursuit of material wealth. In essence, true wealth lies in the ability to find joy in the small, everyday blessings that we often overlook. Number 6. Work hard to accomplish great things. In our final quote from Plato for this video, he says, "I never did anything worth doing by accident, nor did any of my inventions come by accident. They came by work." While Plato advocated for a simple life and being content with little, he himself was a dedicated and hard-working individual. He believed in contributing to society to the best of one's ability, provided that one's work was not driven solely by ambition for its own sake. Throughout his life, Plato achieved remarkable accomplishments. He pioneered the use of written dialogue and dialectic forms in philosophy, and he is regarded as the founder of Western political philosophy. His influence as one of the most renowned thinkers in human history is a testament to his diligence and hard work. Achieving anything worthwhile typically requires substantial effort and dedication. Significant accomplishments cannot be achieved through trivial activities such as binge-watching TV, endlessly scrolling through social media, or partying. True satisfaction and pride come from engaging in meaningful, challenging projects that demand careful planning and considerable effort. To apply Plato's lesson in our own lives, we should focus on pursuing challenging projects and working diligently to achieve them. For example, if you have a stable job as a delivery driver but find it repetitive, monotonous, and unfulfilling, you might seek satisfaction through a new project. This could involve learning a new skill or language by enrolling in online classes, or joining a community group such as a theater company or choir. Engaging in such activities can introduce you to new opportunities and ideas, expanding your horizons in ways you might never have considered. Hard work, coupled with thorough planning, leads to great rewards and satisfaction. By dedicating yourself to projects that challenge you and require sustained effort, you can achieve a profound sense of accomplishment. This approach not only enhances your personal growth, but also contributes meaningfully to society, in alignment with Plato's philosophy. Number 7. Conquer yourself. Plato famously said, "The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile." This statement underscores the profound impact of self-mastery on one's life. For Plato, conquering oneself means not allowing your instincts and desires to dictate your actions. Throughout his life, he observed many Athenians making irrational decisions driven by their passions and desires, rather than sound judgment. In the dialogue between Socrates and Phaedrus, they discuss a man who murdered his wife's lover, Eratosthenes, illustrating the destructive power of unchecked passions. While some passions, such as the madness of love, are seen as life's greatest blessings, Plato believed that many of our passions are harmful. He argued that diminishing our worst passions is crucial for leading a virtuous life. If you fail to control yourself, your worldly desires and instincts can blind you, leading to irrational decisions that jeopardize your future. Although following your impulses might provide temporary satisfaction, the long-term consequences can be devastating. To apply Plato's wisdom to your life, always consider whether your actions are beneficial to you and the people you care about. For instance, if you are a smoker and aware of the health risks associated with smoking, yet you cannot quit, you are failing to conquer yourself. Your inability to resist the urge to buy and smoke cigarettes signifies a loss of self-control, which Plato views as profoundly shameful. To regain control and reconquer yourself, you must take decisive steps to resist temptations. There are numerous methods to quit smoking, and the right approach varies for each individual. For some, nicotine gums and patches can help gradually reduce nicotine intake. Others may find that quitting cold turkey, stopping abruptly, is the most effective method. Whatever strategy you choose, devise a plan and commit to it. Whether through behavioral support, counseling, or support groups, make sure you have a comprehensive strategy to overcome your addiction. Number 8. Choose the people you spend time with wisely. To quote Plato, "People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die." This powerful analogy highlights the profound influence that the people around us have on our personal development and well-being. Plato, born into an aristocratic and influential family, and descending from the king of Athens, Codrus, spent his life in the public arena, making him well acquainted with the impact of social connections. He understood that the company we keep can either elevate us to new heights or drag us down into despair. Plato's insight underscores the importance of choosing our associations wisely. A negative alliance can wreak havoc on your life, while a positive one can propel you toward success. The ability to select the right people to spend time with is a crucial skill. Although it may seem that we have limited control over our social interactions, especially in certain contexts, there is often more freedom than we realize. For instance, in a job where you interact with the same colleagues daily, you might feel stuck. However, it is within your power to seek employment elsewhere if the environment is toxic. You can find a job with a better work culture and more supportive colleagues, or even start your own business, where you have the authority to hire people who align with your values. Similarly, in long-term relationships, one might feel obligated to stay despite mistreatment or lack of respect. However, it is always possible to leave and start afresh, reclaiming your self-worth and happiness. When it comes to family, societal norms often pressure us to maintain contact with relatives, even if the relationship is strained. Yet, it is not mandatory to engage with family members who contribute negatively to your mental and emotional health. The influence of the people around us can shape our self-perception and overall well-being. A bad boss can erode your confidence and make you question your abilities, while a supportive boss can help you grow and recognize your potential. A toxic spouse can make you feel insecure and unworthy, whereas a loving partner can enhance your sense of self-worth and make you feel cherished. Similarly, unsupportive relatives can cause stress and unhappiness, while encouraging family members can provide a sense of belonging and unconditional love. Number 9. Get involved in politics. Plato notes, "One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors." Although Athens was the first democracy in the world, Plato never liked democracy. When Socrates was executed for allegedly corrupting the youth of Athens with his philosophical teachings, Plato was deeply disheartened, concluding that democracy was fundamentally opposed to philosophical principles. He illustrated his disdain for democracy with a vivid analogy. Imagine a ship where the owner, the strongest man aboard, lacks any knowledge of sailing. The sailors, who should be guiding the ship, instead quarrel incessantly without reaching any decisions. Meanwhile, the navigator, who actually knows the correct course, has no desire for leadership. In Plato's metaphor, the ship owner represents the common citizen, strong and powerful, but ultimately clueless. The sailors symbolize the politicians, engaged in endless disputes without resolution. The navigator embodies the philosopher, the wisest and most knowledgeable person who refrains from taking control. Plato identified the core problem with democracy as its tendency to give equal say to individuals who are not equal in terms of skills and knowledge. This equality can lead to poor leadership and disastrous decisions for the state. Plato believed that society should be divided into three distinct classes: the plebs, or common people, at the bottom, the soldiers, responsible for maintaining order, and the rulers, who should be philosophers. According to him, the lower classes should have no say in governance, and only the most knowledgeable, the philosophers, should rule. Although Athenian democracy differs from modern democracy, Plato's critique remains relevant today, particularly regarding the equal weight given to the opinions of the less informed and the highly educated in a democratic system. If the educated and informed abstain from political participation, then political roles will inevitably be filled by those less capable, potentially leading to poor governance. If you are known as a good citizen with many years of professional experience and proven leadership in managing complex projects, you might consider running for a political position, such as mayor or an equivalent role in your community, whether in a small town or a larger city. Having accomplished significant achievements in your life and recognizing your capabilities, it may be your responsibility to engage in politics. Avoiding public life increases the likelihood of being governed by less capable but more popular individuals. Democracy provides great opportunities for participation, but it also has its flaws. To prevent important roles from being occupied by the less competent, the most capable individuals should step up, seek popularity, and take on the responsibility of governance. By doing so, you can ensure that political positions are filled by those who are truly qualified, thereby promoting better leadership and decision-making for the benefit of society as a whole. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out our full Philosophies for Life playlist, where you can delve deeper into the teachings of great philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, and many more. This curated collection of videos offers a comprehensive exploration of ancient wisdom and its practical applications in modern life, helping you find success, happiness, and personal growth. For more insightful content designed to enrich your understanding and application of timeless philosophical principles, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you will be the first to receive updates on our latest videos, ensuring you never miss out on valuable lessons that can transform your life. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality content that not only educates but also inspires you to live a more thoughtful and meaningful life. Our videos aim to provide you with the tools and knowledge needed to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace, drawing from the rich traditions of ancient philosophy. As always, we deeply appreciate your support and viewership. Your engagement encourages us to continue producing content that resonates with you and others seeking to improve their lives through philosophical inquiry. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to accompanying you on your journey toward a more enlightened and fulfilling life. Remember, the path to wisdom begins with a single step, and we are here to guide you every step of the way.